Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story from Dorking Wanderers with me, Daniel. It's season 17, episode 6, and today we're back for big games in big competitions. Firstly, we've got a fight for the top 4 on our hands in the Premier League. We've got back on level terms with Arsenal, but it doesn't get any easier. We face leaders Manchester City today, who are bidding for their first title in many years. And it's going to be a very difficult test for us, but it's a chance to get back into that top 4 with our game in hand. We're then going to be off camera playing Europa League action against Ajax as we're comfortably ahead after the first leg. And then we play that very team Arsenal in the FA Cup quarter-final. The side that of course ended our Carabao Cup dream have prevented us from winning multiple trophies in the past. We have got to try and get the result. So let's get into it, let's get cracking. Hopefully you're looking forward to it. If you are, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM20 content. I hope you got the chance to see our new series at the weekend. If you haven't, you can catch up in the eye above. Climb in with Cliftonville, episode 1 is there. So please do go and give it a try. And of course, we'll be back in the morning with our weekly live stream as well. So please do pop in and say hello. But as we get into today's episode, it is all about Dorking. So let's look at the recent results. We obviously had our big signing in January, which wasn't working out too well in the last episode. But he just got his first goal for the club. And Marcos Paulo, since then, is starting to pick up a little. So it didn't end straight away. We had a 1-1 draw away at Arsenal. Ryan Lima's goal pegged back with a very late equaliser. Injury concerns again there. At home to Manchester United, Zach Council got the winning goal before a 3-0 win at Bournemouth with Council, Ensing and Coppens making it comfortable. The red card contributing to the last of those. But then a 3-0 win at home to Reading, and this is where Marcos Paulo came to life. We made some very slight tactical tweaks again. Milan Stokic opened the scoring and Paulo got himself a brace from open play. We followed that at home to Brentford with a Marcos Paulo penalty and a Ryan Lima goal on his return from injury. A 1-1 draw at Chelsea, that man again. But just like the Arsenal game, we were pegged back late on again, and those drop points can be crucial. But at home to Ajax in midweek, a really comfortable victory. Coppens, Council and Gleedle with a late goal, making it 3-0 and pretty much tie over. That was our backup team who will play again in midweek, as we'll leave that game in between and we will play City and Arsenal in 2 big domestic competitions today. So hopefully we'll be able to get positive results. This one, probably the hardest on paper. So our first team is out, Gabriel Afonso's back from injury and everyone else is just about fit. Correa played midweek so he's a little less conditioned, but everyone else looking good. So we've got Afonso in goal, Correa and Mazzino the fullbacks with Baker and Semedo at centre-half. Balters and Morale in central midfield, Ryan Lima on the right, Stokic on the left, Ensink in the number 10 and Marcos Paulo on his own up front. Hopefully continuing his big rush of goals. So we have changed the tactics slightly now. We're playing out from the back, very much total football style. We've got the players to do it, so we're playing out from defence. We're running at the back 4. We're going to distribute to the defenders only. And we're also out of possession higher up the pitch and just trying to get on that front foot more. So let's get into today's game against the toughest opposition in the country at the moment and see just how well that tactic is working. And it's 4-4-2 for Manchester City. Gibson up front has been a thorn in our side for a long time, and Reece Baird, the man we tried to sign so many times from Aberdeen, scoring nearly 1 per start. They've got Malakov in goal, another man we've tried to sign before, and Florentino Luis on the bench, a man we know well from the head coach with Barcelona. Phil Foden's still there, so there is a little bit of quality and experience dashed around, but otherwise this is a very good City team. We've of course got our youth intake to look forward to as well. That may well come during this episode. But for now, it's Dorking v Manchester City and our packed Mark Wyke Arena now at full capacity, over 28,500. Let's give them a day to remember. 26 minutes on the clock, and I tell you what, we've kept them quiet so far and we're on the front foot with Morgan Morale. The 88 million mailman loses out in possession, but Stokic gets it back for Ensink. Mazzino's out on the left with acres of space, takes on the fullback and goes back to Morale. Now Ari Ensink, one either side of him, finds Balters. Chance to shoot perhaps, but goes back to Morale. Good switch to Ryan Lima. He's got time back to Balters. Oh, it's crashed the post. It was a wonderful effort. Stokic can't get to the rebound. It's put out for a throw. But that was just a post width away from being a lead for Dorking. And on the balance of play, we've had our chance. But with 5 minutes to half time, we're having to drop to balance because City are starting to get on top now. And it's Otero on the left hand side. Chance to get down the wing. Correa's been caught out and over on the right now is Lima. Doesn't get there. And Reece Baird heads into the corner. Afonso got a hand to it, but it wasn't enough. And to be honest, Ryan Lima didn't really do enough there. You have to try and stop the cross. And on this occasion he didn't, but I would like to know where Correa was. And as a result of this young side still letting in the odd silly goal, we're 1-0 down at the break. And trust it to be respared. So let's go and ask the lads to prove a point. We've gone back positive, we're on the front foot, and we need to get into this quickly. And we've got a chance here with a corner or a free kick. It's a free kick on the right side of the penalty area. It's a very acute angle, so it won't be a shot. Crosses into the back post, Baker heads over. Oh, it had a lot of fizz on it, but he just couldn't keep it down. That's the unfortunate thing. But the lads aren't really playing well, and we've got a lot of them looking anxious, which is something we don't often have. So we're going to get them focused as we're coming forward again. We've seen nearly all the highlights in our attacking end, as Balters gets it back into Ensink. The number 10 beats two men. Really good play. Harry Ensink loses in the challenge. And is it a penalty? It's going to VAR. And a penalty's been given. Marcos Paulo has the chance to put us level and keep his goal scoring run going. And this would be thoroughly deserved. Paulo into the corner, no mistake. And Marcos Paulo, 7th goal already for Dorking. And he is really coming to life now. Yes, it's only a penalty, but it is all adding up. A proper goal scorer, a proper poacher. And with 20 to go, we're going to make some changes and try and get on the front foot again. So Zach Council on the right wing. He will replace Ryan Lima, who is of course at fault for the goal we conceded. Other than that, I think we'll leave it for 5 more. We're just going to make them one at a time here. We don't want to rush it because we're doing all right. And we've been the better side in terms of good chances. So with 15 left, we're going to take Balters off. He'll be replaced by Jonton. Just a bit more bite in the middle, a bit more defensive minded. Although Balters, of course, unlucky not to score in that first half. And with 7 minutes left, it will be Stokic replaced by Aaron White. Winger on attack, let's get down the sides and try and get the ball in the box. 5 to go. Is there going to be a winner? That is the big question at this point. It doesn't look like it in simple terms. We're going into 4 minutes of stoppage time and Baker's got a short free kick back to Afonso. To Semedo and Morale. Time on the ball for the playmaker. Finds White on the left. Mazzino's trying to overlap, but it's a good sliding challenge. And it falls for Gia. Long ball forward to Gonçalves. We've been caught out again. But that shot is probably one of the worst I've seen at the top end of the game. A pathetic effort, really. And we're delighted to be on the end of it. As Morale picks up a short goal kick. Surges forward into the opposition half. He's got a man on the left. Just held on to it too long. But it falls for Aaron White. To the edge alone. Good effort. And it nearly wrong-footed Malakov. But it's a great save by the City keeper in the end. And it's a corner kick with 1 minute to go. Morale delivers it from the near post. Headed away by Milne. Gia gets there and flicks on. But Jonton will mop up. And he finds Semedo. One last chance to get the ball in the box. Correa all the way back to the keeper. There was no pressure on him there. He didn't need to do that. And in the end, Afonso just hoofs it away and Gibson brings it back down. And if we concede from this, I'll be angry. But we might score because Morale nicks it. Finds that Council 25 yards out. Into Aaron White. Paulo's in the middle. He hasn't delivered though. And it's deflected behind for a corner kick. Last chance saloon. Morgan Morale takes it. There are 10 seconds of stoppage time remaining. Morgan Morale will put the ball in the box. In swinging delivery. Into the front post. White's there and it's straight into the arms of Malakov. And that will just about be it. Aaron White with the last chance of the match. And it is straight into the grateful arms of the Manchester City keeper. But a point with our game in hand does put us back in 4th place. Just 8 games left, I think, in the Premier League. And as it stands, we're on course for Champions League football for the first time. So let's skip ahead a week, get through the Europa League game, which we're surely through already. And we will be back to face Arsenal in the FA Cup quarter-final. A competition I would love to win more than any other this season. So let's try and get it done. We'll be back in a moment for the big game. We're taking a quick pit stop in midweek because we've got a youth intake with a couple of decent prospects in, but in truth not a great intake at all. So Ryan Bradley is the best of them. He is 1-star ability, 3.5 potential, and he can play anywhere across the back 4. He's natural as a centre-half, and again, perhaps not one of those who will be a superstar for us, but another one who will make it as a pro. His determination's low, so we'll get him in a mentoring group, but I'm not too disappointed by him. And the only other one worth looking at really is Adrian Riki. He's a 17-year-old goalkeeper, 1-star ability, 3-star potential. And much the same actually. He's probably going to be a decent keeper one day. But for first team football, he'll have to move elsewhere. So 2 okay players in there. Not the worst in the world. but I've got to be honest, we're not going to get any superstars out of this. So Solly, Williams and of course Khalidal look like being the only three for the rest of this save. Through we go to the next weekend. We'll have Arsenal in the FA Cup coming up next. And I think it's fair to say the two players that are out injured for this one are the two that I really wouldn't have picked on paper. So we've got Morgan Morale, but it does say, despite the fact he's recovering, that there might not be complications. And we're missing Mazzino, the left back as well, the position where we probably have the weakest defensive replacement. So that's making things more difficult. But either way, it's an FA Cup quarter-final. There is no point in complaining, we've just got to do our best. We are favourites according to the media, and Morgan Morale I will take the gamble on. So it means from the last game, there is just the change at left back for Williams, and aside from that, it is the same 11 that faced Manchester City. We have of course played one game off camera. That was away at Ajax in the second leg of the Europa League knockout. We won 2-1 with Jeff Coppens getting a brace, making it a 5-1 victory on aggregate. And we have drawn the team to beat in the quarterfinals. So there's some weaker sides left, and it is very clear to see, both from the performances and the stature, that Bayern Munich are the biggest side left in this. So if we beat Bayern, we have to be favourites. But we could well face a hurdle here. So that's the next episode planned anyway. But let's get into this one, the FA Cup quarter-final. Dorking Wanderers v Arsenal. We have to get a result. And it's 4-2-3-1 for the visitors. Saliba's still in there, Vinicius on the left, and they've still got Smith up front, the wonder kid who keeps scoring goals against us. So let's tell the lads to prove a point. Let's get into the first half. We're on the front foot with a slightly different tactic to when we played in the League Cup, and in the last league game against these guys, we were much better. But we've got the world-class goalkeeper who we couldn't beat in the Carabao Cup, so let's see if we can beat him today. Dominance for Dorking, but no highlights yet, as Ensing puts a free kick just over the bar. We've definitely been the better in the first 20 minutes, but we've not got anything to show for it, as Morgan Morale delivers a corner. Headed away as far as Baker, back out to Morale again, and to Baker for a third time, to Balters, turns to Baker, to Ensing, switches to Stokic, cutting in from the left-hand side, beats his man, lovely toes, turns him inside out, and he has done him with footwork there before trying to do a bit too much. As Smith gives it away to Ensing, finds Stokic again, chance to show off his twinkle toes as he's into the box. Oh, what a goal! Milan Stokic, you beauty! That is an absolutely wonderful solo goal. He has started this game on fire, and it is Dorking 1, Arsenal 0, and we are just an hour away from Wembley now. But it's Arsenal on the front foot, 10 minutes to the break. Mitchell Baker gets a yellow against his former side, and Edson Jose has a free header in the box, but this time it's over the bar. And all things are looking good so far. Arsenal haven't had a shot on target, we've dominated the game, but we might regret only scoring one in this half. And there is the whistle. It is a really good performance, but we have to keep on top of things. We cannot afford to have halves like that and only be 1-0 up, because we know it's going to come back to bite us. As Arsenal have got the corner here with Gomez. Into the front post. Oh, Afonso's made a howler. Thank goodness it's cleared off the line. I've no idea how it didn't go in. Gabriel Afonso all over the place. And at this rate, Fabrizio might become first choice soon, because he's got a lot less errors in him. As this one's to the back post, Afonso saves, and that was comfortable for the Dorking keeper. 10 minutes gone in the second, and it's an Ariensic free kick. To the back post, Baker heads over the bar. Oh, the keeper was beaten, but it's just too high. And it's still 1-0, but we've got to get a second. I don't fancy us for a clean sheet. And the most predictable thing has of course happened. Ryan Lima injured. Is not so bad because Zach Council is a good backup. But we have to factor that in the summer as well. If we get rid of Lima, can we get a top class right winger in who's maybe not injury prone? As Ensing delivers from the right hand side. Into the back post, Saliba heads away. Smith volleys clear, but only to Correa. He finds Morgan Morale. Switch to Baker. Morale's still been the second best player on the pitch despite the injury. And he delivers there to Council. It's in for two. What happened there? The keeper dived the wrong way. The keeper flew over to his left. And the ball just went into the empty net in the other side. A bizarre moment, a bizarre goal. But it is 2-0 Dorking. And we're going to go and make some changes. Keith Balters replaced by Jerome Yonton. And for now we'll leave it at that. We haven't got an option to replace Sam Williams, who at left back is doing a steady job, if not spectacular. And with 10 minutes to go, it will be Correa on the right hand side, replaced by Pollock. Experience at right back. And again we had an item there to say Morgan Morale's on a yellow. He's tired, he's injured, and he's playing through dead legs at the moment. We are giving him every opportunity to be a star, and at the moment he's taking it. 5-minute stoppage time played. It is Dorking Wanderers 2, Arsenal 0. The tactic looks good, the football looks scintillating, and we're going to Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final. So let's skip ahead to the FA Cup draw and see who we'll be facing in that massive game. Here is the draw then for the FA Cup semi-final. I think you know who we want out of those four. Crystal Palace making it despite being in the Championship again. Let's see if we can get them. Dorking Wanderers out first. Please be Crystal Palace. It is Manchester City. Of course it is. So it looks like to win the FA Cup, we will need to beat Arsenal, which we have done, Manchester United, which we have done, and Manchester City and Liverpool, who you'd assume will beat Palace. So that is going to be a massive tie for us. So let's have a look at the schedule for what it looks like. Bayern has been moved back a day earlier and Manchester City a day later. So I think that is going to be our next episode. The second leg of the Europa League quarter-final against Bayern Munich, that's on the 16th of April. We'll have played the first leg, we'll have played West Ham off camera, and then we'll have Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final. 2 big games in 2 big competitions. And then, of course, it'll be back for the end of the Premier League season. So if you're looking forward to all that, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. I really hope you enjoyed those 2 performances. Let me know down in the comments what you thought, and if you think we're going to win either of our big trophies this year or reach the top 4 of the Premier League. Let me know what you think, and we'll see how many are right. If you haven't already and you want to stay up to date, subscribe down below for daily FM20 content. We started our brand new series with Cliftonville in Northern Ireland at the weekend, and we'll be back with another episode from that one tomorrow at 4:30. In the meantime, we'll have our weekly live streams tomorrow morning, and this series will be back with those 2 big games on Wednesday at the same time. Finally, please do check out the podcast channel as well. We're back for the new season. We've got all of our prediction shows coming thick and fast. We've got interviews with professionals and matchday vlogs soon as well. Plenty to look forward to this September, so I hope you can come and join us. But a big thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time for another big episode as we take Dorking into Big Cup deciders.